Alright, hello everybody. Today I want to go ahead and do a little bit of a scripting tutorial, and honestly just jumped into Studio. I don't really know what I want to do. But I think what we'll do is we'll create a little, we'll start with something simple. We'll create a button. How about that? So I'm actually gonna first, and I'm just gonna give some tips and preferences to what I like to do. So, um, I like to keep Explorer, Output, and Properties open because all three of those are actually really important. Some people also like to have Command Bar, and Bar is basically so that, like, if I want to run a command to test something, or not test something, but I don't know, something, like for example, if I want to do something simple like print hello world, and then I can just press enter, then it will actually go ahead and do that command. But I don't really use that, so we'll just put it away. But anyway, let's go ahead and start. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a spawn location so that it's easier to test. This is going to be our button, and the first thing I want to really do with this button is go ahead and put it into a group, just so that it's a lot more organized and we can use that. Let's go ahead and put a script in here. We're not going to put anything in the script yet, not yet. Let's change the size of the platform. I think maybe there, and yeah. So this size, this will work. I'm going to make this table 1. You don't need to name your parts all the time, but I like to make it a good practice because it's something you just want to have a good habit with doing. So make that 2 by 2. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and line this up as best I can. Alright, there we go. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and put button, which not really sure. I think the button will be a 4 by, or 0.4 by 0.4. There we go. So, checking if it's floating on top of the table, which it doesn't look like it is, but you never know. So, here, hold on. There we go. I'm going to rename this button 1. There. And let's go ahead and give it a, not pink, red color. There we go. Alright, now that that's done, we can go ahead and get into our scripting. So, whenever you want to make a new script, go ahead and use local. You don't have to, but I kind of feel like it's good practice. Local, we're going to have our button, and actually we're going to have body first. Body is script.parent, and local button is going to be body wait for child, which is just gonna wait a small period of time for that button to appear. It's just, usually you wouldn't really need to worry about this, but sometimes when people join in, it lags a bit, and not everything doesn't load in properly, so usually the script, there's a chance that the script will run before everything loads in, and basically what happens is you end up with error here, and the script doesn't work at all. It basically an error that breaks the script. So after that, we'll take the button, make it touched, connect it with a function, and then yeah. There's a different way you can actually do this. For example, I could have it instead like button dot touched connect, and then button hit, and then we'll create the function up here. Function button hit, and then a player, and then yeah. I guess I'll go with this the way. I don't really like this because it's kind of pointless, so we'll stay with the original, which is this one. So the player will be, of course, the person who touched it. Print player.name dot dot touch or pressed the button. Alright. So once they press button, one of the things I want them to do, or one of the things I want the button to do is have like a little press down animation. So we're gonna do a little bit of a wait 0.1 and button.cframe. C-frame I'm not gonna really talk about. It's basically like positioning plus orientation, but there's a lot of really neat little things you can do with it. So yeah, so button.cframe, it will be button.cframe times cframe dot new, and then this will be the positioning. So basically we want it to go down just a tad. I think that'll work. I think, hold on, what's the size of the button? Alright, so yeah, we should probably keep it at, there we go. They're not there. Here we go. Alright, that'll work. Hopefully. I may be wrong. We may have to test that. Alright, and then we'll double it so then it goes, oh wait, no, we don't need to double it, I'm stupid. There we go. So we'll change that to 8. Alright, let's go ahead and test this. So we'll go ahead and jump in here, check out the output here. Table 1, press the button. Oh, wait, no, I made a mistake. We're not using touched, we're using click detector. So let's go ahead and put a click detector in here. Local click equals button wait for child. Typing skills are horrible. And then the click detector. After that we get that, we'll go ahead and remove this. Click dot mouse mouse down 1 click. I think that's it. I swear if it's not. I may have to go back and look on Google. Yep, it's not. Crap. What is it? Let me click detector Roblox. So sometimes I do like to go on Google and look up the answer. So, oh, it's mouse click. Okay. So, there we go. Alright. So, ignore this. That's actually for a plugin that I have, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and click it. And actually we can see that it does a little go down and then go back up, so that works. Alright, where were we? So, we were doing the button. Alright. So, we got that done. Now, what do we really want it to do? Here, actually, I'm going to change this just a bit. Also change this to nothing. So, if you, or not nothing, there we go. So if you do this, then it's like the smallest weight value you can do. So, yeah. Anyway, what shall we do? Honestly, though, we can pretty much do anything. So, wait. Guess we can spawn a function. So spawn basically, there's two ways you can do this. You can either do spawn, or you can do core utin. The better way is to do core, but I'll show both, just as an example. So we're going to spawn a function. And we're just going to go ahead and, oh wait, crap. And there we go. So this function will put weight 10 and then local explosion equals instance dot new, or actually not 10, we'll do 5 explosion. We'll have the explosion's parent as the body. No, wait, not the body. We'll have it, hey, hold on. Local table 1. Let's name this differently. So we'll create a table, or not. There we go. Local root part equals body dot table 1. Make sure you correctly put in the capitalization. Like there's no capitalization for that, so we shouldn't do that. So table 1's that. We'll have the explosion go to root part. There. Oh yeah, I forgot. We gotta wait for the part. I mean, some people may object to waiting, but it's always good practice, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and do that again. So it waits for 5 seconds. Okay. Oh crap. Alright, so let's see. We gotta anchor these parts. I didn't even realize. Button doesn't need to be can collide, so we'll just turn that off. I do want to see something real quick. So this part, we'll put an explosion in here. So position, there we go. So here's a little tip for you. When you're adding new instances into the game, you want to make sure you give its properties before you set its properties before you set it into the workspace, or because before you do that, it's sort of like a no value, or not. It's not a no value, but basically it's not active. So we'll go ahead and set the position to root part dot position, and then we'll set the parent to game dot workspace, and yeah, I think that's it. So we can go ahead and play this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that's pretty good. Next we want to go ahead and why not put some sound effects in here? So let me go ahead and open up. Here we go. They're not those recent models. So let's look down here. Here we go. Sound pack. Sounds. Countdown. Here's. So we'll take these, drag them into our little button here. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and put some sounds here. So.
Five.
Yep, 5,
4,
4,
3,
2, and 1. So 1 sound 1 equals button wait for child there we go. So we'll just copy and paste these. Oh, come on, really? There we go. Alright. Now we'll just go ahead and do this too. Alright, sweet. And since we got that, we'll be counting it down. So 5. Sound 5. Play. Sound 4. Play. Actually, there's a better way to do this, I think. So what we'll do instead is we'll do 4 I equals. Alright, sorry. Back to it. We'll go for I equals 0 through 5. So basically this will count from 1 to 5, hopefully, if I have it correctly. So actually, no, that's not what I want to do. Sound in pairs. There we go. Sound list. So we'll define sound list as sound 1, sound 2, sound 3, sound 4, and sound 5. So basically we'll count upwards, so we'll play sound 1 first, sound 2 first, yeah. Sound, play, there you go. And then on the last one, it'll explode. Alright, so now that we've got that done, what we're going to do next is we don't really need this sound pack. Yeah, I hate when that happens, but yeah, we don't need the sound pack anymore, so. Shut up, gosh dang it. Man, I hate that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and test it. Hopefully this works correctly. Alright, so
1,
button.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice. So that looks really good. Not only that, but the explosion was really good too, so let's make another explosion here though, because I want to improve that explosion. So alright. We can check out by repeating the visible and invisible button. Just keep pressing that, and we can see that not as big as I want it to be. So blast radius, let's see if we can make that better. Alright. So blast radius should be, what was it? It was 4 at the beginning, so let's make it 7. There we go. 7 is pretty good to me. Blast pressure, we don't really need to worry about the blast pressure, so we'll change the blast radius to 7. So, and as always, explosion, we do it before, so dot blast blast radius equals 7. And if you don't know what blast radius is, basically it's just like the distance at which it kills you. So, yeah. Alright, well, I think we're doing a really good job with this button, actually. So, we can go ahead and, well, honestly, probably just wrap this up. It's pretty basic, but I kind of like it. You know what? Hold on. Alright, you know what? We'll keep this button here, but let's make a new one. Because I do want to show one more little thing you can really have fun with these buttons. Or not the buttons, but so we'll make this explode or boomy button, and we'll make this one the special button. Alright. So we're not going to need this anymore. I'll keep the animation, but we don't need that. So let's actually work a little bit with a bit of server. So don't worry about that. We're going to go ahead and go to replicate storage, put in remote event, and we're going to rename this player visuals. Make a new script in starter player scripts, insert object, local script, rename visual handler. You can name anything you want, just keep it consistent. So game.replicate storage, wait for child, player visuals, and dot on client event. I think that's what it is. It could be something different. But basically what this is going to do is this is going to connect to the player visuals and wait for a message to go to the visuals. So, yeah. There we go. Fixed it. So, then there's the arguments. And honestly, I'm not going to have any arguments because, well, actually, let's do type. Alright, no, type effect. So there we go. Print type effect. Wait. That's what I made a mistake on. Here we go. And then next we'll do if type effect equals blindness, then well, let's go ahead and create a GUI. So we'll start with a screen GUI. That's always what you start with. We'll call this there we go, blind effect, and then we'll also put in a image label. This image label will be, oh yeah, and very important. Go to the screen GUI and set ignore GUI inset. And actually, I should show what that does. So it's like this right now, but when we go ahead and click play, we can see that it's actually below, and we do not want that. That's really stupid. So if we actually set this on, then that actually goes right above. So that's good. So anyway, set the background transparency to 1 because we don't care. Image ID to 0 or nothing at all because we don't have anything for it. Rename the image to just, image. Set the size to 1, 0 and 1, 0. That basically just makes it so that it takes up the whole screen. And now we got to go ahead and figure out what we want to put on our screen. So I'm going to go ahead and go to images, look up blood screen, kind of like this one, so we're going to go ahead and put that there. Go to the part, find the decal, so here's the decal, copy the image, or the ID, copy this, the texture, go to image, and paste it down in image. And then we get it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We don't need it anymore. But this is too bloody, and this is supposed to be blindness. So we're going to actually change the image color to that. And then, what else? Let's add, you know what? I don't like this one actually. There we go. No, wait, hold on. Fog. Look at that. Come on, give me something good. Yeah, I'll go with this. So let's take this. Go ahead and put it back over here. And holy crap, that's really bad. So we'll set up that. Image transparency is 0.2. And now we got that. We can set it to 0.1, but yeah. So now we're going to take this, go ahead and put it in Visual Handler, and then we're going to set up a few things in visual handler there. So local player equals game dot players dot local player. So this basically, if you have a local script and you use this statement, this gives you the local player. Yeah, because this is client side. Next, what we're going to do is, and actually, I'll show you how client side sort of works, in case you don't really know. Camera equals game dot workspace. Wait for child camera. Alright, I'm sure they're here actually. Game dot get service. Maybe I feel like there's a better way to get this. Oh no, there's not. Alright. But we'll just stick with this way. Why not? It's not like bad or anything. So we have the player and we have the camera. Honestly though, we probably really just need the... No, actually we need both. So if it's type effect blindness, then we are going to go ahead and create a new instance. Local asset GUI equals instance dot new. Oh wait, no, not instance dot new. Sorry, we're going to create a new clone. So script dot blind effect clone. Then asset GUI dot parent equals player dot player GUIs. I think that's what it is. Let's hope it is. And then we're gonna wait 8 and then asset GUI destroy. Never use asset GUI remove. It's actually really poor practice because asset GUI is the same, or removing it is the same as basically setting asset GUI to nil. You don't actually remove the variable, you just set the variable to nil. And basically that's really bad practice because you can pile up with all these variables that you don't need. It's just, yeah, stick with destroy. That's what I do. So anyway, next we should add the function. So I'm actually going to bring back in the countdown. So countdown. But this is going to be after. Actually, oh wait. Yeah, there we go. So after that, it spawns this function. Or actually, no, we don't even need the function to spawn. There we go. Oh crap. Here we go. Okay, so this is how it goes. It goes print, and then it does a little animation, and then it goes on to the countdown. And then the explosion, but we're going to take that out instead. So game.replicated storage dot for wait for child player visuals. Heck, we're going to set this to a variable. Remote equals this, and then remote fire client. Or is it fire client? Yeah, it's fire client player, and then the type is blindness. There we go. So what this does, takes that, fires a message to it, and says blindness, or crap, yeah, and then our visual handler gets this, and it's like, oh crap, we have blindness now, I guess. And here, actually, let me create one more duration. So wait, duration, and then destroy. So we're gonna make it do for 8 seconds. Actually, no, we'll make it do for 5. Just, we're gonna go ahead and play this and see if it works. Alright, so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nope. Wait, did I click the wrong button? Now let's get you away. So, sorry about that. Let's actually do this correctly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alright, so we have an error. Oh crap. Let's actually check in Explorer. So let's go to our player in, yeah, so here's what I made a mistake on. Player GUI, it's not player GUIs, it's player GUI. So you can see here. We're going to change that pretty easy, and then we're going to go ahead and go back to here. So, let's try this one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then we get blindness, and then it goes away in 5. There we go. So yeah, that's how to program. Pretty basic. I guess I'll go over the script real quick, and then I guess I'm done. Yeah. So here we got. First, we set all our variables. So we have the root part, which is table, our button, the click, which is the click detector inside button 1. We have sound 1, sound 2, sound 3, sound 4, all those sounds. And then we put them all into a list in our order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the remote for triggering the visuals because, actually, I didn't explain that. Crap. Alright, so here. So when you play your game, you'll notice a little window up here. It says current client. And that's what I am the current client right now. But if you click this, you get to go to the server side client. And something that's kind of interesting that you'll notice is if we go into my player and then player folders, we have backpack, player GUI, and player scripts, which player scripts is like all the things. If we go into server mode and go down to player, we have player GUI, starter gear, and our backpack, starter gear, and player GUI, and no scripts. No player scripts. That's because they're local. So that kind of explains that.
1,
So
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Not only that, but if you notice, the player GUI, it doesn't change even though it's in here. So that kind of explains a little bit of how server and client interaction works. But to be honest, it takes a bit of time for you to figure out yourself. So I think that wraps it up. So yeah.